Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name is Nabila Hani binti Adilan. My metric numbers J20A0530. I am from zjy-yorx-umt. Today I am going to present my experiment, which is gas properties. Let's start now. Okay, to get better understanding in my experiment, which is gas properties, I would love to explain in detail about gas properties. Gas properties have three characteristics. First, they are easy to compress. Second, they expand to bigger container. Third, they occupy far more space than the liquids or solids from which they form. The purpose of this experiment is to study or show ideal gas based on kinetic theory. Okay, now I'm going to simulator to show you how I conduct my experiment. Okay, this is the instrument of my experiment. Okay, so now let's set up our instrument first. Okay, first and foremost, I will release 50 particles, the heavy one. Okay. This is the temperature, whether I want to heat or to cool down the temperature. Okay. First, I will show you if I increase the temperature, what's happened to the pressure of the particles. Okay. Excuse me. Before that, we tap on the collision counter to count how much does the particles hit the wall and how much does the how frequent does the particles hit the wall. Alright. Now I'm going to increase the number of temperature to, let's say, 374 Kelvin, and let's see the higher pressure it can reach. Okay, so the higher one is 7.7 atm, 7.7 the pressure. So we see how much does the number of the particles to hit the wall. Okay, we see that the number of particles that hit the wall is 32. So now I'm going to decrease the number of temperature. And I make it to 181 of temperature. So we see the higher pressure of temperature 181 Kelvin is 3.9 atm. Okay. Okay, the higher number of wall collision of the particles is 23 for 181 Kelvin, and the temperature and the pressure is 3.7 atm. So from this experiment, I can understand that pressure change as temperature change. What I mean is, when the temperature of a sample of gas in a rigid container is increased, the pressure of the gas increases as well, and when the temperature is decreased, so does the pressure too. And the frequency of the molecules or particles to hit the wall is, I can understand that gas molecules hit the walls of the container more strongly and oftenly, producing greater pressure due to the increase of kinetic energy. So, the higher the temperature, the more frequent of gas molecules to hit the walls, and vice versa. So, I can relate the relationship between temperature, number of wall polishes, and pressure. That the faster these particles are moving when they hit the wall, the greater the force they exert on the wall. Since the force per collision becomes larger as the temperature increases, the pressure of the gas must increase as well. So, by this experiment, um, I'm using based on LUSSAC'S law to explain the concept in this experiment. Okay, so what can I conclude? Based on LUSSAC'S law concept that when the temperature of a sample of gas in a rigid container is increased, the pressure of the gas increases as well. The increase in kinetic energy results in the molecules of gas striking the walls of the container with more force. In other words, when gas is heated, its molecules' average speed and kinetic energy are increased. So the pressure is getting greater. So that's all for me. So I hope you understand my explanation in this experiment, which is based on Gay-Lussac's law. So thank you for listening to me and goodbye. Assalamualaikum.